up, everyone? It's Kanan.
It's Jessie.
And we're the Geeky Saying Couple, and welcome to the second episode of Retro RWBY. In this episode, we're going to be watching through RWBY Volume 1, Chapters 2 through 5. If you didn't watch our Owl House video, we are house sitting / dog sitting. It's very echoey in here. You may hear the dogs running around and doing things, so just please try and ignore that. And, yeah, chapters 2 through 5. Some of the more shorter episodes in RWBY history. This one's only 6 minutes and 15 seconds. God, could you imagine? Well, actually,
How far we've come.
Yeah, I can't imagine because I remember these days. But it's just like, man, RWBY episodes used to be sometimes less than 5 minutes long. Ooh, how far Rooster Teeth has come. All right. All right, here we go. Chapter 2. God, even the landscapes still blow me away how much they've improved. And that's how Jean became Vomit Boy. Well, it was named in the first chapter, but shadow people. You can tell who the important characters are.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Emerald City. That's just, to me, that's what it's supposed to be. It's just not all green. And when we really first learned that RWBY has a weapon, fascination.
Easy there, little sister. They're just weapons. Just weapons? They're an extension of ourselves. They're a part of us.
And that goes in a lot of foreshadowing of that little.
Of course, I'm happy with Crescent Rose. I just really like seeing new ones.
Everybody keeps saying this is the only RWBY ship that is her and Crescent Rose.
But why would I need friends when I have you? Well, actually, my friends are here now. Gotta go catch up. Wait, where are you going?
We never saw them again.
Yeah.
Where are our dorms? Do we have dorms?
Oh, here we get to see Weiss for the first time.
What are you doing?
Everyone's favorite girl.
Any idea of the damage you could have caused? Give me that. This is dust, mined and purified from the Schnee Quarry. What are you, brain dead? Dust, fire, water, lightning, energy.
We pretty much learned that it's pretty much their version of magic that you can use the elements. Classic magic. Yep. Those old effects. And here's Blake. And nose in a book.
Unbelievable. This is exactly.
Notice the book has no title.
I'm really sorry. You complete dolt.
Then there's where dolt came from.
Young to be attending Beacon? Well, I. This isn't your ordinary combat school. It's not just sparring and practice, you know. We're here to fight monsters, so watch where you're going. Hey, I said I was sorry, princess. It's Eris, actually.
Oh, Aaron.
Heiress to the Schnee Dust Company, one of the largest producers.
And just think she wants to go back and redo this so badly.
This same company, infamous for its controversial labor forces and questionable business partners.
What?
You know she was happy to say that.
Yeah.
You can hear the smugness in Blake's voice right there.
I promise I'll make this up to you. I guess I'm not the only one having a rough first day. So, what's...
And Blake's gone. It's so funny seeing RWBY now in like Volume 8 and how she was here, like just completely socially awkward.
I'm Jean.
Ruby.
I actually wanted to cosplay this version of RWBY because I love her skirt with the
The fluffs.
petticoat underneath.
Yeah.
This might be a RWBY that I will do.
Motion sickness is a much more common problem than people let on.
Look, I'm sorry.
This is where we learned very quickly that Jean was always going to be the comic relief in a lot of ways.
It's an accident.
Well, the name's Jean Arc. Short, sweet, rolls off.
Based off Joan of Arc.
Do they?
They will. I hope they will. I mean, my mom always says that.
He used to be so girl crazy.
So I got this thing.
She just wanted to show it off.
Is that a scythe?
It's also a customizable, high-impact sniper
Here
rifle.
it comes.
A what?
It's also a gun.
Oh, that's cool.
So what do you got?
Yeah, that became the tagline for the series to this day.
It's also okay.
Sword.
Ooh.
Yeah, I've got a shield too.
So what did they do?
Whoa, that's really
The shield gets smaller, but it still weighs the same.
the shield gets smaller. So when I get tired of carrying it, I can just put it away.
But wouldn't it weigh the same?
Yeah, it does.
What a...
Kind of a dork when it comes to weapons.
Why is it... Why can't... What's the point then?
You made that?
Of course. All students at Signal forge their own weapons.
They need to bring back that part of Ruby. We've not seen her tinker before.
Yeah.
Sounds more like a family heirloom to me.
Or have we? Have we ever seen her tinkering with...
Not many people have an
Crescent
appreciation
Rose?
for the classics these
I've only
days.
seen Yang tinkering with
The
stuff.
classics.
Yeah.
So why'd you help me out back there in the courtyard?
Why not? My mom always says strangers are just friends you haven't met yet.
That is true.
Where are we going?
Oh, I don't know. I was following you.
How many times... Yeah, how many times in the store were like... You asked me where we going, I'm like, I don't know. I was following you.
Yeah.
Is that a no?
That's a no.
And that's it. just think that used to be it. That used to be. Okay, so this episode, of course, introduced us, fully to Weiss, Blake, and Jean.
And then you do, like, I know I pointed out in our first video, is that I know they reused, the shadow, shapes and stuff like that, but I noticed, which I didn't really notice the first time I ever watched RWBY, they do focus on specific shadow people that you definitely know who they are. Like, if you go back and look, you actually can see Hera, Jean, Nora. Or not, well, Jean.
Well, that could
not
be.
Jean, no, but Ren. You can see. I know that they reuse the shapes, but
Yeah.
in specific areas where they focus on the characters, they're there, like near them, because those, to me, that's just another, shadow people. Foreshadowing to
Yeah.
the next set of people we're going to meet.
Yeah, you could
That's
be
how
right.
I look at it that way. Like, because there wouldn't be a significant focus on those specific shadow people if it wasn't for something. I didn't think about that the first time I saw it.
I've never thought of that. I just thought it was them reusing models because they couldn't.
Oh, that too. That's why I know a lot of them look familiar. But like, they
'Cause-
like you can
'cause
out of the reused ones, you can definitely define and actually tell that's actually them.
Well, Ruby Chibi made the joke that some of them are indeed like Ruby, Blake, Yang, and Weiss, that they use their models as well. But I've never really been able to pick them out. I never have been able to.
I didn't, like I said, I hadn't paid attention before. And now that we're actually rewatching and looking at things a little bit closer again, I did notice that when we first went on to the ship that they were going to Beacon in in our last video, and it kind of makes sense. The next, when they're focusing on the characters we're getting to know now, the next characters we see would be the shadows that are closest to them in those frames. So, kind of just fits.
Alrighty, well, let's get over to Chapter 3. Alright, RWBY Volume 1, Chapter 3. This is another 6-minute episode, so this will be over before we know it. But let's get to it. Oh, look, it's Yang. You can see her right in the middle of all that.
I saved you a spot. Oh, hey, I gotta go. I'll see you after the ceremony.
Hey, wait!
There's no worse feeling than being ditched like that.
Find another nice, quirky girl to talk to.
And there she
And there's
is.
the first run.
Oh,
You mean
Pyrrha.
since you ditched me and I exploded?
Yikes, meltdown already?
No, I literally exploded a hole in front of the school, and there was some fire, and I think some ice.
Are you being sarcastic?
I wish. I tripped over some crabby girl's luggage, and then she yelled at
And
me.
Weiss just so
I
happens to be
exploded,
behind
and then
her.
She yelled again, and I felt really, really bad, and I just wanted her to stop yelling at me. You! Oh God, it's happening again! You're lucky we weren't blown off the side of the cliff.
Oh my god, you really exploded.
It was an accident.
Could you tell?
Accident.
the more Weiss looked at her, like, it actually took Weiss a little bit to be like, oh, it's that girl. Like, wow, you really already forgot? Poor Kara, now we know what she sounds like sped up.
Really want to start making things up to me? Absolutely. Read this and don't ever speak to me again. Look,
Wow,
like you two just
rough.
got off on the wrong foot. Why don't you start over and try to be friends, okay? Yeah, great idea, sis. Hello, Weiss. I'm Ruby. Want to hang out? We could go shopping for school supplies. Yeah, and we can paint our nails and try on clothes and talk about cute boys like tall, blonde, and scraggly over there. Wow, really?
Scraggly.
No.
And knowing John, that's the reason why he has a crush on Weiss, because he thought she was like serious.
In search of knowledge, to hone your craft and acquire new skills. And when you have finished, you plan to dedicate your life to the protection of the people.
But I look amongst you, and all I see is wasted energy.
In need of purpose, direction.
Yang didn't like that. See that glare?
You assume knowledge will free you of this. But your time at this school will prove that knowledge can only carry you so far. It is up to you to take the first step.
That hair
We are
flip.
gathered at the ballroom tonight. Tomorrow, your initiation begins. Be ready. You are
Ugh,
dismissed.
Glinda, the definition of a hot teacher.
It's almost like he wasn't even there.
I'm a natural blonde, you know.
I wish Yang would be like, no, you're not.
It's like a big slumber party. I don't think
She lands like a rock.
I know I do.
Poor John. Everything's a joke set at his expense.
A letter to the gang back at Signal. I
That we never see.
How things are going. Aw, that's so cute. Shut up.
Everybody forgets how violent Ruby used to be toward Yang.
He's nice. There you go. Plus one friend. That's 100% increase. Pretty sure
Wow,
Weiss
Yang.
counts as a negative friend. Back to 0. There's no such thing as negative friends. You just made one friend and one enemy. Look,
See, she used to be so violent.
you've got friends all around
I
you.
regret not buying that pillow when it was still for sale.
Watch Yang's face. That smirk, she likes what she saw.
Not really. She saw what happened this morning, but left before I
Look, watch her. Look at.
Well, now's your chance. Well, wait, what are you doing?
Oh, Barbara, no.
We may know each other.
Aren't you that girl that exploded?
Yeah. My name's Ruby. But you can just call me Crater.
Why would you say that?
You can just call me Ruby.
Okay.
What are you doing? No, help me. So, what's your name?
Blake.
Well, Blake, I'm Yang, Ruby's older sister.
And she can't
I
flirt.
like your bow.
See?
Thanks.
It goes great with your pajamas.
Wow.
Right.
Nice night, don't you think?
Yes, it's lovely. Almost as lovely as this book that I will continue to read as soon as you leave.
Yeah, this girl's a lost cause.
Lost cause. Wow, we came a long way. Now it's funny to bring up that in Volume 8, Blake actually says the first time she met Ruby, she just saw her as a child. So it's wild to know
Yang used to read to me every night before bed.
what was going through her head here.
Monsters. They're one of the reasons I want to be a huntress.
Why is that? Hoping you'll live happily ever after?
And you can kind of tell she's kind of just humoring her in a way.
I wanted to be just like those heroes in the books, as someone who fought for what was right and who protected people who couldn't protect themselves.
That's very ambitious for a child.
Yeah, see?
Unfortunately, the real world isn't
Hearing her
as easy
say
as
that now
fairy
kind of has more different meaning
Yeah.
That's why
after
we're here,
Volume 8.
to make it better. Oh, I'm so proud of my baby sister.
And here we go.
Cut it out!
Yeah! She...
Well, Ruby Yang, it's a
What in
pleasure
the
to...
world is going on over here? Don't you realize some of us are trying to sleep? Oh, not you again! Shh, guys, she's right. People are trying to
Divorced
sleep.
freezer burn.
You're on my side. I was always on your side. Yeah, what's the trouble with my sister?
Oh, isn't
She's
that
only
me?
trying to be nice. She's a
When I
hazard to my
can't
health.
read.
Yeah, that's not just That's not just Blake being antisocial. I've noticed if you interrupt someone who loves books, they're not very nice.
I've done the same thing that Blake did.
Yeah, I'm not going to get to read the rest of this book tonight.
And it's not just him. Like, it's anybody that's done it to me. I've gotten annoyed at anybody who's tried to stop me.
I think you get more annoyed at me because I actually do it on purpose.
Yes, it's you know when someone does it on purpose.
So we finally have, all four girls meeting.
And the first appearance of, besides Jean, which would actually be Nora, or not Nora, Pyrrha.
Yeah. Though she didn't say anything, but you knew you knew she was going to be important because for one, she wasn't shadowed, and plus she's in the intro. So, but Blake and Yang finally meet, and you can definitely tell that there was already some interest there because if you notice, right when Yang looks at Blake and Blake is still off screen, she gets a little.
She smiles and looks at her.
Yeah. So
and she doesn't look away, and she says, "You know her."
Hey. I'm not gonna lie. Blake's pajamas are kind of, they're kind of smexy, but it's just still so wild how quick these episodes go by. Like back then, it was like it was over, then you had to wait a whole other week, and 9 times out of 10, you were getting just as short as an episode the next week. And, yeah, so let's get over to Chapter 4. All right, Chapter 4, and we get to meet 2 new characters this volume who would become 2 of our personal favorites. Probably our second favorite ship in the show, and it is none other than Nora and Ren. And Monty voicing Ren right now. It's wild to think. Like, could you imagine if he was still alive and voicing Ren?
Yeah,
like,
I know.
Like, I wonder how different he would have delivered it than Neith. Not saying that Neith done a bad job. Neith has been awesome ever since taking over Ren.
He was the best person to take over. I think he would have been just as.
But here we're already getting hints that Nora likes Ren romantically.
Yeah.
Yes, it's cool. I know. We'll have some sort of signal, like a distress signal. A secret signal so we can find each other in the forest. Can you imitate a sloth?
Oh my gosh.
Yes, Ren?
I don't think sloths make a lot of noise.
I don't think sloths even have a... I don't think they say anything at all. Like, at all. Like,
I don't either.
the only sound they make is the sound of climbing, I guess.
I wonder what those 2 are so worked up about.
It's Nora.
So, you seem awfully chipper this morning.
Yep, no more awkward small talk or getting to know you stuff. Today, I get to let my sweetheart do the talking.
It's, like I said, this is how much... Okay, first of all, Yang's handling her hair. Like, it's never done anymore.
What does meeting people have to do with fighting? And secondly, I don't need people to help me grow.
Oh, here's...
I drink milk. What about when we form teams? I don't know. I'll just be on your team or something. Maybe
She never does this.
Dear Sister Yang, are you implying that you do not wish to be on the same team as me?
What? No, of course I do. I just thought, I don't know, maybe it would help you.
But it's so wild seeing Ruby in more recent volumes being like the driving force, and here she didn't even want to meet people.
Yeah. Poor Sean.
Oh, Pyrrha.
Everyone must be eager to unite with such a strong, well-known individual such as yourself.
I'm not quite
People still
planning on letting the chips fall where they may. Well,
into like maybe Weiss did have a crush. I'm not sure. Like, oh gosh, this might have went her way if she hadn't had alternative motives.
Yeah.
You know what else is great?
Oh boy.
Jean-Arc, Nice to meet you.
You again?
Nice to meet you, Jean.
She...
Weiss.
John, you
Idiot.
yes.
He just cannot read the room. He's never been good at it.
Been hearing rumors about teams. I was thinking you and me would make a good one. What do you say?
Actually, I think the teams are comprised of 4 students each, so...
You don't say. Well,
You
how
were...
play your cards right, and maybe you could join up with the winning team.
Jean, is it?
If only he had shown her that much attention going forward.
This is Pyrrha.
Hello again.
Pyrrha graduated top of her
Oh, it hurts.
She's won the Mistral Regional Tournaments 4 years in a row. A new record.
The what?
He...
She's on the front of every Pumpkin Pete's marshmallow.
She's having a fit.
That's you? They only do that for star athletes and cartoon characters.
Yeah.
How could you not... It's very obvious.
Sadly, the cereal isn't very good for you.
So, after hearing all of this, do you really think you're in a position to ask her to be on your team?
Golly, Weiss.
Sorry.
Actually, Jean, I think you'd make a great leader.
Oh, stop it.
Please stop it. This kind of behavior
Yeah,
should
don't...
Sounds like Pierre's on board for Team Jean. Spots are filling up quick. Now, I'm not supposed to do this, but
I'm not...
maybe I could pull some strings.
You can't...
What do you say?
All right, that's a bit too close.
What we know, Jean, you couldn't pull any strings.
I'm sorry.
The first I'm sorry.
Please report to Beacon Cliff for initiation. Again, all first-year students report to Beacon Cliff immediately.
It was nice meeting you.
Likewise.
Having some trouble there, Lady Killer?
I don't understand.
That sounds so mocking in a way.
Where did I go wrong?
Snow Angel probably wasn't the best start.
Come on, John. Let's go.
She's not wrong.
No, she's not.
For years,
There's a difference between confidence and just coming off as a fool.
evaluated in the Emerald Forest.
Now, I'm sure many of you
This-
have heard rumors about the assignment of teams.
This would be fun, tell you the truth, but it...
Each of you will be given teammates. Today.
What?
She's so... That awful feeling of not looking forward to something that your teachers are making you do.
Someone with whom you can work well. That being said, the first person you make eye contact with after landing will be your partner for the next 4 years.
See?
She doesn't like that at all.
Make your way to the northern end of the forest. You will meet opposition along the way. Do not hesitate to
Look at that forest.
everything in your path, or you will.
Looks like a pastel painting in a way.
You will be monitored
Look at
for the
no, we're
rest of
not.
your initiation, but our instructors will not intervene. You will find an abandoned temple at the end of the path, containing several.
I remember looking so much forward to this because, like, it was the first, like, quest, like,
Yeah.
thing.
Guard that item, as well as your standing, and grade you appropriately. Are there any questions?
Yeah, sir.
Good. Now, take your position.
The awful feeling of your teacher ignoring your question
Sir.
and still trying to... Oh, it's painful.
So this landing strategy thing, what is it? You're like dropping us off or something?
Oh my gosh, John.
You will be falling.
Oh, I see. So
He is definitely not paying attention.
Yeah.
No, you will be using your own landing strategy.
It took him till volume 7 to come up with to get one.
So,
How did her glasses not fly off? Miles is so good. Miles is amazing. And
And that was also like the first main thing we saw with the coffee drinking.
actually, I think it was revealed in the novels from what I remember that it's hot chocolate. I think.
Well, the whole,
Yeah.
just staring and take a sip.
Yeah. So this is setting up the whole Emerald Forest thing. We won't get into it all tonight, but I just remember being like really excited for this because it was like the first a bit of action since chapter 1 with Ruby going up against Roman. But yeah, well, let's get to chapter 5. All right, Ruby Volume 1, Chapter 5, and I think to this day, this is the shortest chapter in Ruby, I think. 4 minutes and 32 seconds, including the intro and ending credits. That is like, it's so short. Like, even like when we watch this on DVDs and like you watch it in movie form, of course you can't tell it's so short because it's all connected. But I was like, I remember going back and looking at these, deciding which ones we would do per episode. And I'm like, holy crap, it's that short? Like, I don't remember because it was so long ago. Even 4 minutes and 32 seconds was a long time on dial-up internet, trust me. When I would try and watch them, I could only try and watch the short ones. But so yeah, let's see what we got here. I think this is Crow. I have always thought this was Crow.
Look at how like raggedy he looks.
Yeah. I just think that's Crow.
I can almost guarantee it's
because that fits with the whole "Did you miss me?" and he would think about that and be like, "Nope."
Nope.
I love how everybody has got their own style of landing, and it's all unique. And then there's Yang. The thrill seeker. Barbara. I sometimes want to think that was an improv that Barbara just threw in sometimes. God, he's tumbling.
John.
He's tumbling like a tumbleweed. How good her aim was.
I know.
Ugh. The moment she lands.
Gotta find Yang.
Gotta find Yang.
This is bad. This is really bad. What if I can't find her? What if someone finds her first? There's always Sean.
Oh, man. Could you imagine?
I don't think he's very good in a fight, though.
Poor Sean.
What about Blake? So mysterious, so calm. She likes books. Well, then again, I'm not sure I'd be able to hold a conversation with her.
That's the... I still think
Who else do I know?
them not interacting a whole lot is part of that running joke right there. Wow. And once again, Ruby and Weiss becoming partners was pretty much a complete accident.
Yeah.
Where are you going? We're supposed to be teammates.
And she just walks away. This is one of my favorite moments in early Ruby. This is this is comedic gold in timing and delivery. Listen how disappointed he is. And the robotic.
Like, it just doesn't make us friends.
Left on your team?
Very fun.
The small beginnings of Arcos.
What's the hurry? I will not let my mission be delayed because you're too slow. I swear if I get a bad grade because you're what? Not slow, see? Weiss, just because I don't exactly know how to deal with people doesn't mean I don't know how to deal with monsters. You're about to see a whole different side of me today, Weiss. And after it's all over, you're gonna be like, that Ruby girl is really, really cool. And I want to be your friend.
I think it's so funny she went from not wanting to make friends to wanting to be Weiss's friend really bad.
You may be fast, but you still excel at wasting time. Ruby?
I do like the way Kara voices Weiss.
Ruby?
Because she does a really good job at kind of, even when she's being attitude, like listen, she sounds adorable. And that's it. It's over before you know it. So we'll have to save Blake and Yang partnering up next episode. So yeah, Volume 1, Chapters 2 through 5. Probably some of the shortest episodes in the show's history. I think there's a few more pretty short ones as Volume 1 goes on. But it's funny. Episode-wise, as far as numbers, I think Volume 1 is the longest one at 16 chapters. I don't think any of them's been 16 since
No, they've kind of switched it where the chapters, the amount of chapters is shorter, but the episodes have grown longer.
Yeah. Volume 2, I think, may have been like 15 or 4. I don't know. It's been a while since I've watched Volume 2. But this is the first time I've watched Volume 1 in forever. But, so yeah, the problem with these specific episodes is, like, as far as looking to the future, there's not much there in these. Because this is introducing, the core characters and getting the team set up. Then once that's all set up, it kind of moves on.
No, outside, the only other things that you could get from, like, these first few episodes is, like, hinting and foreshadowing of...
Kind of like
the things I pointed out, the Shadow People. Like,
yeah, and kind of like pretty much the main relationships going forward, whether it be Ruby and Weiss becoming closer as friends, Pyrrha and Jean in the early stages of Arcos, the very early stages of Renora, and of course, next episode we'll see we saw it a little bit in the last one, but the starting points of Bumblebee. So it's kind of like that's what they were doing. They were
planting the seeds.
Yeah, and plus, Jean and Ruby's friendship is built up in these early episodes. So they were kind of setting up the character relationships that would become major factors story-wise and character development-wise for the volumes to come.
And they kind of built in, like, they really focused also on the starting point of... I know Jean changes a little bit, but the starting point for him, like, you're starting to see he really is out of his element. Like, they really wanted to enforce that first because it comes forward pretty fast.
Yeah. But yeah, and like, Volume 1, it's the prologue volume in a way. Though a lot of people see Volume 1 through 3 as one big prologue. But it's the volume to get things rolling. The trailers had a little bit more lore-wise in them for some cases, because they were trailers. But, yeah, next episode, I think the next one we will watch, depending on episode length, it'll either be 6, 7, 8, and 9, or 6, 7, 8. We'll see how it goes. But anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell, click that like button, leave us a comment. As always, guys, this is Kanan.
This is Jessie.
We love you all very, very much. Stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.
Bye.